These questions, however, will remain unanswered until pathologists give a conclusive report once a post-mortem is done. Dr. Nkaissery tells us more on that.
Health fanatic, exercising regularly like clockwork, his sudden death has left more questions than answers. Answers that now lie in the hands of the pathologists. We speak to one, Dr. Frederick Okinyi. What questions does sudden death raise to you as a pathologist?
So you'll want to know where it happened. That is the first thing. Then you'll also want to know at what time and what were the circumstances.
When you are called upon to do such a post-mortem, what would you be looking for?
The brain, the heart, and basically the lungs. Because you see, sudden death will occur when you don't have sufficient oxygen supply to the body.
What are the likely possibilities of a sudden death?
The cardiovascular system, that is from the heart. You have to check the brain because in some circumstances, we have conditions which are inborn. Someone have them, but they don't know, like what we call barrier aneurysms. Those ones we find in the blood vessels that are in the brain. So they can rupture and also just cause sudden death. So really, those vital organs must be assessed first to know the certain cause of death. And trust me, sometimes it's also very complicated. You can do postmortem and you find there's nothing abnormal.
How and when do you give a conclusive report on the cause of death?
There are obvious cases that, immediately finish the postmortem, everything is there. But also there are others where you will find some small findings, but you cannot really relate them with the cause of death. So that requires that you have to do certain investigations.
How come the results of a prominent person take long to be made public?
If it is a prominent person, there's a lot of anxieties, and that basically makes things look like they're delaying. Postmortem investigations, it starts with doing the postmortem. The other thing, you have to take samples for analysis, organs, and that is pathology. And at a minimum, that can take like 10 days. And then you also have to take samples for toxicological analysis. And this can even take us a longer duration.
Do we have the capacity in our government laboratory and chemist to do a proper toxicology screening?
Our capacity to analyze some of those samples is not there. So we may have to maybe check around and maybe refer some of the samples outside the country. As
family, friends and Kenyans come to terms with the sudden demise of the Interior Cabinet Secretary, all eyes and ears are on the pathologists who are expected to give a definitive answer to all their questions and lay to rest their anxieties. Dr. Nkaissery, KTN News.
Right, and messages of condolences continue to stream in, including former President Daniel Arap Moi, who has sent in his condolences to the